Thank you so much, Brenda. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you all here tonight. So happy. Um, you wanted to know whether I have trigger warning with my words. I actually have a trigger weapon I wanted to share with you. It's a very high tradition in Nepal. For Nepal, every household has this. It's kukri, Nepali knife. Very common. And we have probably a dozen of these. And all the Nepalese grooms, they wear this as their ornaments in their wedding. Like they have this. For everyone who served before and who are serving, I will be reading one of the poems for Gorkha soldiers. And I will start the first one. This is more like my land acknowledgement for where I live. For recent visit to Jasper, they compensated well for me for Nepalese Himalayas, and very happy to be there. Think about all the first people who've been there before me, the early days, and it was beautiful to learn about David Thompson and all the tribals, and to stand there, witness the same rocks and river and mountains, and to feel that energy is always, always beautiful. The title is The Crossing, and it's actually about the Saskatchewan crossing. Some sightless distance over the Icefields Parkway, thunder cracks the night sky, flurries falling like stars. Wind, wild awake, searching out in all directions, finds me untamed. A pilgrim returns, threaded with memories, on the tribal trail, a renewal. River flows, witnessing the depth of time, river flows, witnessing the depth of time, through cuts of rocks, connecting to kidneys. Pine forest whistles, some sightless distance over the Icefields Parkway. This one here is about my grandma. I always seem to include either my dad or my grandmom in my poetry. She was the only grandparent I had growing up. And about 10 years ago, when I was saying goodbye to my grandma, it was a goodbye to immigrate to Canada. And this immigration goodbye seemed to be a little heavier than the usual one. And I remember her saying, there will be a hole where I was to be absent from the life, and how badly she'll miss me seeing growing and, seeing my girls. She's no more with me, and I hope she'll be listening. Acts of immigration, these are. Grandma, your eyes on my farewell like needles, injected deep on my feet, as if testing my bones and satisfied. You made a hole out of yourself, you said. Your hands firm on my shoulders, gripped tight in your grief, as if claiming my body, and you tore us apart. You made a ghost out of yourself, you said. Your eyes on my farewell like sky, sullen full with rain, as if showering blessing and emptied. You made an abstract out of yourself, you said. Why are you sad? You said. Oh, to be young again in trouble, you said. This one here, the title is Jackranda Forest. Not sure how many of us here know about the tree Jackranda. They're little bushy trees, and as a child, it's always so, they're not that tall. Climbing them, seeing them bloom in violet and purple, And we have this monsoon season in Nepal between June and September. They seem to fall all together on a heavy rain or something, and it's really beautiful walking underneath. And rain and monsoon for Nepalese and for Nepali literature is always happy, like, it makes us happy. So we didn't seem to complain. And this is a very short poem about the Jackranda trees. Rain pours, curtain of sky drops, the blossoms fall. Petals weave the earth's floor violet. The arms of air wrap around the trees. Rhythm of grace continues monsoon. I am not religious, but I wanted to share with you my first ever experience visiting the temple. I was probably in grade 7 or grade 8, and the temple was about a female deity, and I thought maybe there was only one statue there. And to be so surprised when I entered the temple, there was that altar and a whole bunch of gods or goddesses, and I kind of felt bad not being able to tell them, which one is which. And after a while, it did not matter. It's just like, oh, I'm there to do the offering, and here you go. So this is for all the gods and goddesses of the world. They're all the same for me. And this is what I found in the temple. I remember stone idols from the altar, a shrine full of goddesses listening. It was a struggle to tell one deity from another or a god from a goddess. Troubled, I stood by the door, gazing goddesses as the ringing of bells echoed from the memories of familiar faces until the differences did not matter. One from another, but similar, like my hibiscus on the pile of flowers, became one with the rest. And this one is about my brothers, my uncle, my grandfathers, all the Gurkhas, and that's the second name for Nepalese, and they're the fiercest and bravest soldiers. And Nepal is not one of the Commonwealth countries, but since 1815s, they have been serving the British military. And over 450,000 Gurkhas been serving in World War alone, and 50,000 of them lost their life. I am very honored to share this poem with you. It's about the son of our neighbor, my mom's friend's son, who joined the British Army. He was very young, and we wanted to see him succeed and do something different. So this is for his mother and for my mothers and for all the mothers in Nepal who have given their boys to serve and who are still serving. Gurkha soldiers. He was only 17, serving Her Majesty's Armed Forces, given to the British, people would say. Could have been a doctor or engineer, but a soldier for foreign soil. Beautiful boys fly to UK every year. Cookery replaces pen, steel. Everyone's supposed to be happy, as if that's all he wanted to be, a Gurkha brigade. They wish him luck anyway and a long life. Dignified he looked, walking away from the crowd to the waist where he had some duties to protect and some enemies to fight. The last one here is the words, not really a poem. This is what I scramble when I miss home, just escaping to the Himalayas. I long to fill my lungs with fresh breeze and exhale healings. Himalayan prayer flags, my umbilical cord still uncut from their womb. I long to inscribe poetry in their skirts, space, air, fire, and water. Let me listen to the wind that sails far and wide, whispering solace in the air. When the sun goes golden on snow-capped Himalayas, I shall spin the prayer wheels to the left, the direction the earth spins. As its letters feel against my palm, I shall chant the mantras like the meaning of the mantra is jewel in the lotus. The mantras like Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you so much.